Coming up on this episode of Outlook TV, Vancouver Pride Parade.
Alameda Ducal's Coronation.
Vancouver Davie Street Party. And much, much more.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Emily Ann Fraser.
And I'm Darren Manette. We'd like to thank the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh nations for the honor and privilege of filming on their traditionally unceded lands.
Outlook TV is the queer magazine news show that brings you the stories that matter the most from coast to coast. Angus has our first story, I believe, at the Davie Village Party, which took place here in Vancouver, so look no further. The party's on.
We're at Jim Diva Plaza in the heart of Davie Village in Vancouver to talk about the return of the Davie Village Pride Festival after a 6-year hiatus. We're going to talk to them to see what they have planned for this year.
Of course, we've been longtime supporters of Vancouver Pride Society and Pride. And I think we all remember a couple years back when the Pride Parade and the festival location changed and moved out of the West End. We heard very loud and clear from our community, both businesses and residents, that there was a huge loss to the community during Pride and that they wanted to see celebrations come back to the West End. So we've been working for the past 2 years on trying to make that happen, and it would not have happened if it wasn't for the strong partnership between the West End BIA, Vancouver Pride Society, and community, and of course all of the generous sponsors that are making this happen as well. We have 4 stages, so you're hearing it first. We've promoted that there will be 3, but there's actually going to be 4. So we have the celebrity stage, which is near Davie and Burrard, and that's going to be high energy DJ sets, and it's been curated by celebrities themselves. So expect DJs like Binky, Sam Steele, and Diego Valente. Moving along to the TD main stage, which is in the heart of Davie Village on the 1100 block. That is going to be hosted by one of my faves, Kendall Gender and Genesis, and it's going to be a huge lineup of some pretty amazing drag performers. Some big names like Brooklyn Heights, Venus, Jaylene Time. And then we have our Nelson Park stage, which is sponsored by Concord Pacific, and it will be hosted by Savannah Erasmus, and it's really got community in mind, so there'll be musical acts such as the Hyenas, Hot Dyke Party, and House Guests, plus other all-age events happening there, and local artisans that will be set up along Comox as well. And we have our surprise 4th stage, which is going to be located at Davie and Butte. It is called our Concord Pacific Celebration Zone, and we've got a great lineup there. We've got breakdancing, we have drag story time with Alter, we have Thumka Bollywood drag, and we also have Van Vogue Jam. So we're really excited. Come down, have fun, and we also have some roving performers as well.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt at Jim Diva Plaza in Vancouver.
So next up, we're with Mike. He's at the Vancouver Pride Parade. All kinds of stuff going on there. Let's check it out. Hey!
These are representatives of the Greater Vancouver Cultural Society, Two Spirit United. Please welcome the Greater Vancouver Native Culture Society, now identifying as Two Spirit United.
What a parade. What have you put together? You have absolutely the best of Canada. We are who we are. We love who we love. We celebrate. We're positive. Country in the world. Thank you.
Whitecaps! Think of a ball, do you think it is?
The unions have a long history of participating in the Vancouver Pride Parade. We're both- Dr. Price is Canada's longest-serving female MP for all. And yes, it's absolutely lovely to see you, my friends. Happy Pride, Emmy Tran.
Scout Canada is a co-ed youth organization in Canada that offers programs together to evolve their craft, connect with the community, and
Sometimes the joke is just for me.
Well, we're going to have to take a little break to partake in that little Davie Pride Parade.
Pride.
We gonna rock on to the Davie
Davie
Avenue,
Avenue.
and then we take it higher.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Phoenix D'Amour, Royal Grand Duchess, and you're watching Outlook TV.
Hey, welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV. Our next story takes us all the way over to Toronto, where we look at a special artist profile by the name of Emmy Tran.
Right, this is all about a workshop to paint your own booty. Sounds interesting.
Hello everyone, salut tout le monde. Let's meet Emmy Tran. She picked up a paintbrush during the pandemic and now helps people celebrate their bodies and queer joy with her bold art and empowering paint your own booty workshops.
I picked up the paintbrush for the first time during the pandemic, and to me it felt like picking up a new language. I finally had the tool to convey so many things I had deep inside me that I wanted to say, that I wanted to share with the world, and it wasn't long until I quit my 9-to-5 and pursued art full time. I made my debut in Toronto in June 2022, and the rest is history. Being an artist is such a precarious endeavor for me. There's no certainty around it. You just wake up one day and you make up the tasks that you have to do. You create inspiration and you follow that every single day. The theme of my art centers queer joy, sex positivity, and collective liberation. My identity is at the intersection of being a queer woman, a Vietnamese immigrant. Every day I wake up, I look at the people I love around me and my community. I just don't see enough representation of our love, our intimacy, and who we are in the media. I came up with Paint Your Own Booty not that long after I started learning how to paint. The concept of it is basically this. You sign up for the class, you submit a nude photo of yourself to me, I hand draw it into a paint by numbers sketch, you show up to the class, you pick your own colors, and you paint your own booty. You leave the class with a perfect piece, celebrating you, your uniqueness. Radical self-love to me is a constant act. It's not something that you perfect one day and it just stays that way. I always tell my friends, being queer people of color, you cannot afford to self-deprecate. in a world that's already trying to bring you down. You have to empower yourself. You have to wake up, look in the mirror, and remind yourself that I'm valid, I'm here, I'm going to live in my truth. And that informs my art in so many ways. I create art that is authentic, that is just a genuine message that I have, that I want to share, and not for the sake of profitability or marketability, because radical self-love to me is just being honest and taking the pressure off from the world and just showing up as yourself. I paint a lot of political content as well as queer bodies and sex positivity. I am very vocal about my political beliefs. I believe that every single person deserves inalienable human rights such as safety, food, and shelter. This summer, I'm planning to do a Canada Pride tour. I do this because I think it's so important that I share my works with the community, works that celebrate queer bodies, femme people, queer people of color, people that you don't see represented in visual art.
Thank you for being with us. This is Andre Tardif in Toronto for Outlook TV.
Next up, we're with Fancy Pants. He's in California for the Alameda Ducal Coronation. Crown me.
Generations come together tonight to celebrate the Royal Grand Ducal Council of Alameda and Contra Costa counties, including those monarchs who were there in the beginning, the one who's keeping it going, and those who will take it into the future. Tonight is Coronation 33. Let's go.
My year has been very rocky. I am a sole monarch, so I ran by myself. I'm happy with what I did, especially with the mental health issues that I was dealing with in the middle half of my year. But at least we did one event per month, sometimes 2 events, depending on what I can do. And thank God for my support of my court and my prince, who helped me tremendously. We pulled it off, I think. I'm very happy with what we accomplished. Totally, we raised over $22,000, and we are giving out $17,000. My step down performance, it is not 3 songs, it is a medley of songs.
I've been a part of the organization for almost 5 years. I've decided to run because they need somebody, and I'm already here, so why not?
I have chosen this organization because my heart is with the teens and the ones who are, when they do come out to their families and they are ostracized, kicked out on the streets, they need to know they matter, they are loved. I don't know you, but I love you, and I want you to have a good start in life so you can be an adult and have a great life. Being an ally is different in this community, but I have been very welcomed into this community. I haven't felt like an outsider.
Tell us what the court scene was like when you were reigning 30 years ago.
It was hard because there was a lot of competition. We decided that we wanted to do it, and no matter what happened, we were going to do it, and we were going to do it our way. Again, the community voted for us, supported us, and that was what was going to be all about, the community and nothing else.
The performance will be something that we did many years ago back in when we were reigning as Grand Duke and Grand Duchess 6. And it's just a very great time that we were able to celebrate these 30 years that we had started doing this for the organization.
Congratulations, Your Majesties. In Alameda County, my name is Empress Sister Fancy Pants for Outlook TV.
All right, stick around. We're going to take a small break.
Here she comes, she's beauty.
Hi, my name is Forrest Van Dyke, and I play Bonsai in The Lion King, and you're watching Outlook TV.
Welcome back, everybody. All right, so now we're with Leroy because he's talking with Christina Radvak.
Yes, and she did a print block workshop at the Eastside Arts Festival. Check it out.
What's up, Canada? Thank you for watching Outlook TV. My name is Leroy Wan. Today, we are at Granville Island in Vancouver, BC for an interview with Christina Radvak, a Mexican-Canadian artist, and we are going to see what she has planned for us today and also for the Eastside Arts Festival.
I came across this medium during COVID, actually, and it was kind of the time when we were really locked down, and I was looking for ways to get in touch with my art practice. It got me to fall in love with art again. I really wanted to be able to produce images, but be involved in the start to end process. I wanted to apply my creativity to every step along the way. Printmaking allowed me to do that. I found that really freeing, and I think during a time when we were really confined during COVID, it's very hands-on. So you get the tactile, but yeah, you can also take these images and do more with it, or you can start in the digital and bring it into more of a tactile medium. I think with workshops, I really try and have an experience where people can feel comfortable. They can feel like they can produce art that isn't just about this end product, that it's about trying new things and testing things. And it's really good for your brain to think in different ways. One lesson I would like to leave a participant with is to know that no matter what, you are an artist. If you create something, you are an artist. There's no qualifier for artist. We also don't need to necessarily create anything that's seen in a gallery. It could be made with found materials. It could be the clothing that you wear. It could be the makeup you put on in the morning. It could be anything. I am Mexican and Canadian, and I identify as queer and non-binary. I also just am a person that loves the outdoors. I love dancing, and yeah, I love nature. We're doing a stamp carving workshop where we stamp onto upcycled fabrics. So we start with the design process. I help them create their own design, and we talk through what that can look like, and then we transfer that onto a carving block, and people can then carve the stamp from there, and then with that stamp we do the printing. So we'll often roll it with ink and then press it onto paper, or in this workshop for the Eastside Arts Festival, it's with fabric. The Eastside Arts Festival, it is very workshop focused. The lovely thing is that you get to take all of these workshops and they're very reasonably priced for what is often offered because it's subsidized and put on by this amazing organization. I want to get people to get outside of being so worried about making something that's good and just make something, because we find so much joy in the process and in creating, and just getting that perfectionist out of our own head that holds us back in so many different parts of our life. And I think if I can help people to create something without worrying too much and to have a bit of fun, I think that can spill over into other parts of people's lives.
And from Granville Island, my name is Leroy Wan, and you are watching Outlook TV.
This next story features a bunch of lions on stage. It's The Lion King with Forrest Van Dyke.
That's right. It's going to be here August 20th to September 14th. A great show. Everybody should see it.
Whether it excites you or whether it makes you go, no, not again. Hakuna Matata. The Lion King is coming back to Vancouver, bigger and bolder than ever. And we're talking with one of the actors, Forrest Van Dyke, about this latest production.
For people who don't know, this is a classic story for everybody. This is about a young cub who discovers who he is through hardship and leaves home, comes back home after learning who he is, and takes his rightful place. And I think that's a story that everyone can embrace and that is perfect for everybody, and especially right now. I think musical theater appeals to queer people, queer men, because it's a safe space. I think it lends itself to revealing who you really are. I mean, really, theater is about revealing self. It's about reflecting real life It's about fantasy. It's about breaking out of paradigms and boxes. And I think as queer people, we are reflections of that. And so to see that play out on stage is magical and affirming. And I think that's why we are in theater, in musical theater, and why we are so drawn to see it, because it's a reflection of us. Is such a different vibe from audience to audience. I found that here in Calgary, it's actually different than Edmonton, where we just were. Edmonton seems to be very polite, and at the end of the show, they're on their feet. Calgary has been pretty responsive, and they'll laugh and clap, and so it just depends from region to region. Elton John is a legend. He's a queer legend. And so to be able to sing the iconic music that he's able to create, songs like Can You Feel the Love Tonight, Chow Down, which is what I sing, it's exciting, it's thrilling, it's badass, you know what I mean? It is one of the most exciting things to be able to sing some cool music by a queer icon, you know? It's really, it's amazing. People should not miss this show because it is an iconic story. If you've seen the animated film, this takes it to the next level. You'll see puppetry that you've never seen before. It's immersive. You'll hear songs in a different way.
So, The Lion King, always bold, always exciting, always original, and it's going to be in Vancouver, so you want to get your tickets now. I'm David C. Jones for Outlook TV.
What? That's all the time we have left for this episode? Okay,
fast.
Well, that's it, folks. But as always, you can count on us. We will be back.
And if you're bored, just sitting around, come join us. Come volunteer. We need help with our social media and anything else that we can get you to do.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
Thank you so much for joining. I'm Emily Ann Fraser.
And I'm Darren Manette.
Stay tanned, Canada.